Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is me, Angie, here from Learn Love Tarot to bring us messages of direction towards our best and highest good using the energies of the daily moon cycle and of the planetary bodies surrounding us. This message is timeless as energy is cyclical. So do know that whenever you find the message is when you are meant to hear something in that, even if it is just to share that message with someone else. So today we're going to be doing an all signs in depth, and what that is going to entail is I'm going to start with Pisces because the seeds we are planting now are culminating by the end of August when we have the full moon in Pisces. And this is an important one. I don't normally do this 6-month reading, but it's important because we have that node of destiny in Pisces, and that's going to be the culmination at the end of July about learning this 18-month lesson. Okay. And that is all about realization of faith, would be those last digits. And instead of our journey being the ending, we're finding that we're becoming the essence seed of yet another cycle. So as the sun is entering Aries, then we are that essence seed. It is a new cycle that is being planted, and we start at 1 Aries. We're going to go all the way around again until this time next year for 360 lessons. Good morning, good afternoon to you. How are you, Miss Kath? What was that song? I think you got 2 songs, Kathy. I know I sent you one, but there was a second one. I'll have to go back in my notes and look at that later. Oh, wait a minute. I do have notes there. What becomes of a broken heart song? I can't remember who sings that, but that was the second one there for you to look up just since you're on here first. Okay, we are going to be starting with Pisces, and this is for your sun, moon, or rising sign. If Pisces is your rising sign, then this energy is going to be empowering your own self, your own sense of self. Okay. And also, if again, that is your rising sign for Pisces, we're going to be looking at my fun Sun, Moon, Rising deck of game cards. And Pisces, this one says, I derive self-worth from the feeling of being needed by others. Well, water signs in general, the feelers, we're the feelers of the zodiac, right? So we're going to be taking on and feeling the feelings of other people, kind of whether we want to or not. The learning in that is about what is my energy and what does not belong to me. Okay. So you getting my fresh face, Angie Saturday morning face here. I don't know that I've ever done a live on Saturday, so we'll see how we go today. Okay, so we're going to be doing a 7-card poll here. I'm going to get the context of what this dream to reality that you are seeding here for Pisces. Again, empowering that first house of self, if that is your rising sign. If this is sun, moon, or rising for you, here, Pisces dream. Okay, the appreciation energy. And that is the 15 card there of the opposing energy to the lovers, which is what balance is it out, which balances out that 15 of the devil energy being our shadows, what hides in our subconscious. Also, our fears, right? Our subconscious fears and where those are coming from. So Pisces, you are learning here, the seed that you are planting now. You're like, well, the garden's kind of a little bit of a mess of brambles and thorns, but she's standing there kind of amongst that mess here, and knowing that, yep, it's going to need a cleanup. She's got her hanky there. It looks like those tears have already been cried, and she's appreciating the rose for its beauty. Yes, the rose has thorns. Yes, it can make us bleed. Okay. But appreciating the journey of the learning from that lesson that we've learned. Now, with me pulling the I derive self-worth from the feeling of being needed by others. We've all been in this Pisces cycle for over a year, again, ending at the end of July when the North Node of Destiny shifts into Aquarius. But here on the bottom of the deck in the environmental energy, that would be matching up with that energy of the game card. And this is about healing attachment. Okay. So we've been talking about fives and threes forever. So there is our 5 card of change, and she is chained there to these attachments. Okay, so this is really being able to look at what is that mask that is helping, what is being needed by others doing for me? Is it keeping me attached to what? To fill in the blank. Jude, how you doing? Leo rising for me as well. I can't remember your degrees, Kathy, but I'm a 0 degrees, 13 minutes Leo rising there myself. So the context of what this is, and this has definitely been a soul journey of healing for sure here. So that is the context here. Now, Pisces, let's see what is your present reality here? And then we're going to look at what is this future dream and vision? What are we appreciating? What are we appreciating now? Maybe this is what you've just been through here. Pisces energy, check your own personal birth chart, because whatever planets or placements you have in Pisces will be affected by the energy of this reading today. Okay, what's going on with Pisces here with this appreciation? Feels like the tears have been cried. Okay. And now it's kind of like picking, it's a energy of kind of picking yourself back up after some kind of a fall. Queen of Swords, discernment. Okay, this has been a big learning curve here for whoever I am reading for right now, and a big learning curve about discernment of what is attachment here versus what I want for my own wants, desires, and needs. Okay, is this feeling I get from being needed by others here enough to sustain me continuing to go forward? Or can I possibly detach from some of these old ideas, beliefs? Do I have an understanding of attachment theory, for example? Now, this Queen of Swords of discernment here is being driven by the Three of Pentacles. And that can be, yes, a third energy, but what is this third energy? The third energy is the attachment, right? It's something that stands, and a third energy doesn't always have to be a person. It can be work, it can be children, it can be parents, it can be my community. Okay, I need to be on this team because I want to be a part of it. So I feel like Pisces, you are better discerning here what it is that you want to be part of, and is it giving back to you the way that you have been giving to it? Hey, Miss Peg, how you doing? Thanks for being here. Peg's the one that said yes, do a live. So I was like, I know I'm going to do my reading, but I kind of feel better, and it's more fun and engaging when I get to be with you all. So thanks for that little extra push that I clearly needed this morning. All right. Yeah, there's the boundaries. You're examining here, what patterns of attachment do I not want to repeat? If you are familiar with the Light Seers deck, then you know the look on her face here. Look at her. She's like, just try messing with me again. Or, hey, pattern, hey, attachment, try to get me again, because guess again, I've learned from this. Now I can discern when I am traveling down a well-worn path of what just feels good in the moment, or the attachment to this energy that I'm deriving from others. Pisces, I feel like you're learning to derive it here for yourself. Let's see what the That was present reality here, Queen of Swords. And what is your future vision or dream? Not just being a part of the team here with the Queen of Swords, with the Three of Pentacles and the environmental energy, but leading the team. So this whole year cycle and Aries, as I was talking about, we leave Pisces and we realize this is not the end of our complete journey right here, the number 2 card. This is seeding. We become the essence seed of what it is that we want to move forward in doing, our action. Okay, so your future vision or dream is to not just be the worker bee, it's to be the owner bee. What are we owning here? How are we taking the lead in our life? And he's holding the chess piece there of what's going to be my next move. I decide that I can be moving from the checkers of life and into the game of chess. Okay, so what is the bridge here? Bridge from the Queen of Swords to the Emperor energy is the Ace of Cups. So filling our own self with love, gratitude, even when times are tough, even when we're standing in a bunch of muck here, surrounded by kind of a mess of a garden, okay, metaphorically. If I can find the love and find the beauty and appreciation in the rose, that's the answer. It's always the answer. We cannot pour and give to others, right? Even if we do, or in the past have derived our self-worth from the feeling of being needed by others. But the bridge here to that leadership, to go from worker bee to owner, is the self-love. Okay, we don't need outside validation. This is you giving it to yourself. Again, look at wherever Pisces falls in your own chart. And that is going to be the life area where you want to take leadership. Okay, now what is the hidden fantasy to focus on that's going to seed this abundance? Okay, Queen of Pentacles. Capricorn energy there, and look at her holding the seed. This is a relaxed energy of I know my worth. I have arrived. Ain't bothered by the chicken gallery. Is that what that's called? The peanut gallery, the chicken gallery. The chicken hawk. Is that is this our dream here to become again not just the chick but the rooster, the ruler of the roost here of some sort? All right, so the seed that is going to be the fantasy that you can focus on. This could be independence for you. This could be your own financial abundance. Pentacles are time, money, energy, resources. She's the senior of the high school. If you are not from America, that means that for your formative learning years, the senior of the high school would be the highest form, or 12th year. Okay. And the fantasy to focus, this is a lot of independence energy here, guys. All right, what are the actions here that'll help you get what you want? Well, with the Five of Swords being conflict, we have to be more of this state. Just look at the picture on the card. You can also Google Queen of Pentacles, Light Seer's deck. I love this energy. I ain't bothered. I ain't listening to the riffraff. I'm not letting conflict get in my head. I am focusing here on what my soul came here to do all along. And it's kind of like we've forgotten that. Okay. So always tuning back into our own soul and releasing conflict, understanding that we don't have to be involved in every little thing here. Now, what are the possible blocks that could thwart the next 6 months, right, of this dream of leadership here? And we can spiral here in our mind here. This Ace of Swords is a sword of truth. We can spiral out. We can overthink. Look at him holding his head here. When the crow is right on his shoulder, that is esoteric knowledge. The crows are the bridges between the realm of the 5D and the 3D. And it's like, I'm ignoring the messages of my heart because so and so needs such and such. And I've got a should, the dreaded shoulds. So our block is getting back into that conflicted mindset of even heart over head here. Okay, what is best for our own good is always going to be best for the collective, because if you feel good in you, if your heart's cup is full, you're able to give that loving energy. Okay. And if we're pouring from a cup that's not overflowing with self love, then we get depleted. We feel conflicted. We stop listening to that, our soul in the background. Our soul takes a backstage to what spirit is trying to get us to see and know. So this would be, too much out of getting too much in our head here. So the actions are, we're going to want to avoid conflict and listen to our soul, no matter who else is offended by that. Okay. And then the possible blocks would be getting up in your head about it and talking yourself out of something here. Now, the advice from spirit, there's a lot of power here in this reading. The advice from spirit is King of Wands. By the end of July is when this dream can come into reality. I see it. I want it. It's mine. What do you want? What do you see? What do you know in your heart and soul is yours? Okay. Stop second guessing it. We need to leave that conflict behind here. Let me get a little more energy clarification on the Ace of Swords as the block. All right. So what you might be considering or overthinking about is you feel like it's not worth the risk, but opening your heart is always worth the risk. Okay. What is it that you really, really want? Even if you understand that there's thorns on that rose, we still want the rose, right? Okay. Now, here for the advice from spirit. And we'll be closing out for Pisces here. Advice from spirit for Pisces. Okay. Got two here. River of release. So we see that water energy. It's the only water we've got in the whole reading, which is pretty unusual for a Pisces reading. But I mean, look at that surfer here. That will be the block of not riding the wave of our own heart, of putting others' needs in front of our own. Drift along the river of release, where waters carry away our burdens toward renewal. And then we also had, there's that fire energy of Mars and the King of Wands. Pursue desires with drive and face consequences bravely. Keep an open mind as answers reveal your journey along the way. So fire and water combined there makes steam. And again, it's a bigger focus on what it is that we want and desire, even if it feels scary. Okay, even if it feels scary, love is always worth taking a risk for. Okay. That's part of it, guys. It is part of it. Just like when we take on caretaking for our fur babies, we know that they don't get to be here with us for our entire lifetimes. We could only be so lucky, but that doesn't mean that we don't stop caring for our future soul animals, okay? Because I mean, I do know a couple people that are like, never again, and they have followed through with that. And I also know that I've said that every single time, and the benefits simply outweigh the pain of it. So always worth the risk. You cannot ever put a price tag on that unconditional love that you get from that. And Kaylee's in the house. Oh, thanks, Judy. You just had this conversation last night. Oh, that's awesome. But the ancestors, oh, I pulled out Ace of, well, they like it. I was like, why are they pausing me there on that shuffle? White Winged Dove, how you doing? We missed you on Thursday. Oh boy. That was a fun date night. Thanks, you guys, for being there. We have Taurus here coming up next. What is going on for you? What seeds are you planting now for the next 6 months to come to fruition? I said Taurus, didn't I? Maybe they're next, but after Pisces, we're going to go straight into Aries. So, Aries, now you've got a stellium as well in the sky here. We've still got a stellium in Pisces as well with Mercury, Mars, and Jupiter. And then, of course, for Aries energy right now, we've got Sun, Venus, Saturn, and Neptune, not to mention Chiron, which is about avoiding overwhelm by development of discrimination. That is what we're healing. Okay, let's get into it for Aries. Aries says, I always find the silver lining in a bad situation. Remember that the sign before you, if your Aries placements here, wherever that is in your chart, it's going to be Pisces would sit in your 12th house, then affecting the house of our undoing, the house of our soul's journey, past life balances of karma. All right, let's see what's going on here for Aries. What is the dream to reality? What are we seeding now? What is Aries energy seeding now? The baby of the zodiacal wheel. So that Pisces energy will be allowing your Aries placements and helping them grow. Okay, so kind of like the sun on that part of your chart, whatever energy, planets, points you're holding in the Aries section of your chart. Kaylee's getting stroppy in the comments. You guys are so silly with each other. I love it. All right. Okay, Aries, context of what this dream to reality is all about. Boy, that journey card and the environmental energy, we are leaving some ish behind here. She's like dropping it like it's hot. Ooh, speaking of hot, Aries, Archangel Michael. Okay. Holding his sword of truth. And he's got his little, I know it's only noon, but I gotta say, because it's on the card, he's got his little heart on right there. Gotta love that. And then underneath that, that is a 35 energy or an 8, that fire energy by the end of July when the nodes change. And then we have healer of the ages. This is a big, that first chakra, you are healing roots here, Aries. You're healing the root of a problem, the root of a situation, ancestral roots and ties. This can be patterns, familial ties, familial patterns that you are stopping this lifetime, and that pattern ends with you. Let's see what else is going on here with your present reality, Aries. For Aries, sun, moon, and rising. Aries, you're already in the heart of cups, the ace of cups energy here. It's like I'd say, I mean, if you're connecting to that kind of energy, doesn't have to be a person, but just the yumminess of it, right? Male or female. If it's masculine energy for you, then we're feeling strong. We are feeling grounded. This feels kind of like I can do anything energy. I can do anything. All right. What about the dream here? What is this dream all about? King of Wands again. So up at the top here, the future vision or dream is to go after, I see it, I want it, it's mine. Notice the red again. The root, what is driving you? What is the desire of that root chakra? Okay. The bridge to get from Ace of Cups to the King of Wands. We have the bridge being Nine of Swords. This is what needs healed here. So we are healing our second guessing. This is the nighttime prison of our own mind. It's analysis paralysis kind of energy. Woe is me. So maybe you are the bridge here to that next component. Stay in that loving energy, but don't ignore what needs healed. We don't want to put our heads and bury our face in our hands and not look at something. So the bridge to get there is be able to say what's in your heart, go forward towards that with vigor and determination. And that doesn't mean ignoring the sorrows that come along the way or the worries. Acknowledge that worry and go, oh, that's just past anxiety rising up from the root. I see you. I hear you. There's nothing to be worried about. It's kind of like a reparenting the self from the ground up. That's the feeling I'm getting here. Now, let's look at the hidden fantasy to focus on. That's going to seed this abundance. Balance. So the strength card is all about the heart chakra, which you came out as here with this Aries energy. And she has the lemniscate tattoo on her forearm there. This is about calming and taming our own inner beast. If we're in anxiety all the time, why is that? Let's get to the root of this. We spoke on that at the live just a little bit as far as our nervous systems literally growing up being trained. If you're a latchkey kid, let me know in the comments. While I loved the independence and the freedom of not coming home till the street lights were on. There's also the, okay, well, what you going to eat during the day other than blackberries and water from the hose, right? That would be the reality of that. But when you're kids, it's fun. But as adults, you have this reckoning of balance here. The other side of that is that all of that independence also meant independence, isolation, loneliness. Nobody's there, right? Nobody's there to show you how to navigate emotional waters. This is something that we're having to reparent and reteach our own selves. Also, an energy of, if you weren't seen or weren't allowed to be heard or pat on the head for being a good kid, if you didn't cause any problems, I'm saying here, you're about ready to stir some ish up. All right, that is patterning. That is learning to tamp down our own voice. And I feel like as a collective, this is what we are working on healing here. We're seeding this dream now. Now, what is going to be actions that'll help you get what you want? Let all those regrets go down the drain. 5 of Cups, Scorpio energy. So this will be about, this is 5 of Cups, guys, is an old energy. This goes back to childhood. It goes back to our roots. What are our regrets? What are cups of spilt milk that we continue to hang on to? We might not even know that they're still stuck in our body. Emotions don't need to be tamped down. They need to be felt and they need to be noticed, and then they need to be released here. So these actions, if you can see there, I know everybody knows the light seer deck, but if you're new, she's taking her foot here and kicking that last regret into the sand herself. No more regrets, not even a single letter. Okay, don't let it keep you up at night. This is what is being healed here with that balancing energy coming in, especially with the 8. Now, advice from Spirit, Page of Pentacles. Here is the seed. This is Spirit backing us up, saying, if this is a seed you are planting now to leave this baggage behind. And notice here, this is the energy oracle. She's leaving a blue bag behind. That's when I did not use my voice. Okay. I did not say what was in my heart, and that can be even including my fears, because we weren't allowed to have fears. It was quit being a baby. You're being too dramatic. Not being allowed to have our feelings acknowledged is gaslighting, right? You're not feeling that. Suck it up. Leave it behind. A woman holding a heart, a 44, the 8 energy here, the seed, the fantasy to focus on, balance and strength will be ours, wherever Aries is sitting in your chart. Okay, so what Spirit wants you to know here is balance is coming. Look, she's on one foot here. She's in tree pose. Okay, and she's holding on to that, holding on, always hold on to your own sense of balance, and everything falls into place when you are using that root chakra, your passion, to move forward. And first, we need to dump some old regrets and old beliefs and old haunts, things that haunted our heart. We need to use our own foot and just chuck that cup right over. Chuck it over. We don't need it. Let me get one more little piece on the block here for you. Actions that we take, we're chucking it over. And our block would be not remaining balanced, not holding on to the seed, giving it up for other people. So let me get some more here on that block. What we may be holding on to, something unavailable. Chasing approval, right? Wanting when you're invisible or when nobody's home, that's a constant chase of someone's attention that you want most, right? So then we enter relationships of that same dynamic, not even realizing that that is patterning. We're still chasing that thumbs up, good job, right? You're chasing someone unavailable, or you could be the one who is running away. That's not what I see here. What we're chasing would be that external validation that was never received. You tell yourself bad things, change your stories, and see the good that can happen, untrue stories. And ambivalence. And notice how they're both walking down the new path. This is the seed of the new path that we are planting to show itself by the end of August at the full moon. Okay. And we don't want to be ambivalent about it. This is, I'm going to be sure. My dream is to be sure and passionate about where I'm going. Okay. Not talking ourselves out of it. And then let's get our last card here. Advice from Spirit. Independence. And again, she's grabbing for that pentacle. Okay. Reaching up. This is something that you never thought you could achieve or reach. And Spirit's like, just try. And you're like, oh shit, it's right there in my arm span. I can reach it. Smarsh, where you been? Where have you been, girl? Thanks for being here. So advice from Spirit is, yeah, you can. We just told ourselves, we just didn't think it was true. This is all in the mind, right? The untrue stories that we continued to tell from someone else that was reading a story to us that didn't even have anything to do with us. Okay. Let's get some last advice oracle here about this Nine of Pentacles, independent in your own right, having the strength here for this self-love. This is Aries, this is about, yes, it's about the silver lining. The silver lining is you wouldn't have gotten this strong if you hadn't walked the path that you've already walked. Now it's time to walk the path of your choosing, the one that is conscious, the one that you love. Okay. Taking care of you, then you can better care for others around you. All right. Advice about this Nine of Pentacles here, meadow of moments. Bask in the meadow of moments where presence blossoms in the simplicity of now. So again, Aries, this seed that we're planting would be in your 12th house. If you're an Aries rising, this is going to be in your 12th house of the soul's journey. This is an evolutionary process. And where you are right now is exactly where you're supposed to be. You're going to bloom here right where you're planted. And in that 6-month period, if you keep doing what's right for you, what you thought was unreachable is easily reachable. I hope that helps you. Hope it does. Hope it does. Remember that Pisces energy is growing you since it's the sign right before you. It's called a semi-sextile. That's what that's there for. Okay, North and South Node of Destiny showing up. Wow. Okay. Now we do have Leo came up a lot here at the end of July. That North Node will be shifting into Aquarius, which is opposing the Leo axis. So, all right, South Node there. The karma that we're going to be contending with next for 18 months at the end of July will be that of Leo's energy of strength and going after what you want. Okay. All right, Aries, let me know in the comments if that resonated. I hope it does. I hope it does. What do you got? And let me know what you are doing on this Saturday. It was 44 degrees here when I started, and they said it's supposed to get up to 66 today. So there's those sixes again coming out a lot. Okay. Next up, Taurus. Okay, Taurus. What we got going on here for Taurus? Sun, moon, and rising energies here. My sun, moon, rising game. Taurus, I'm a hopeless romantic, it says. Well, you have Venus as your ruler, so I would sure hope so. I would sure hope so. I'm a hopeless romantic. So let's see what Taurus is trying to move from a dream to reality. If Taurus is your rising sign, then this North Node of Destiny and the new moon culminating to the full moon energy is going to be hitting your 11th house, which is community, friends, and good fortune. That is 2 placements away. Pisces is 2 placements away from Taurus, so that would mean it is a sextile, 60 degrees. It's an opportunity. So that Pisces energy opportunizes your 11th house specifically if you're a Taurus rising. Okay. Taurus, blossoming abundance. Okay. A 3 energy, which is a trine energy, hope, faith, and charity. That can be mind, body, and spirit. It's the triangle of balance, the divine feminine and divine masculine energy on each side of the lover's scale. Okay, and I'm zeroing in on the owl and also the sunflower. Sunflowers would be fire energies. Okay. So whatever abundance is just starting to grow now is going to expand here. And Taurus's game card was I'm a hopeless romantic, and we've got the Queen of Cups energy coming back out again. All right. What is the present reality here? What is the present reality for Taurus? It's going to be 100 in Vegas. Oh my God. Woo, but it's a dry heat, right? The Akashic records are so cool. Yeah. It's really, really neat. You're weeding your yard. Well, there's that. So wherever Taurus is located in your own birth chart, this could be where this reading of energy is happening for you. So in essence, guys, don't just listen for one sign. You want to make sure if you know your placements on your birth chart, this is the seed that can be planted in each of those 12 areas of your life. Okay, so Taurus, you're coming in as the hermit energy there, fellow earth sign. And this is rising above something here. If you're a hopeless romantic, blossoming abundance, are you rising above the present state because you know where something is going to go? Yeah. I know it's going to be victory eventually here, Six of Wands. I know there's victory. So I'm okay with the I'm rising above. So if we're talking about here generations of people that flew solo, right? Latchkey kids. So rising above or raising even. Okay, getting into your heart. Let's look at where the future dream and vision is. You might want to be traveling the world there with that globe, but she's making a decision. The Two of Wands is where Aries sun is sitting currently. Okay, so this is the start. The spark starts with a decision. And I joked on Thursday about the VW bus carrying the surfboard on top of the VW. It's like I know where I want to go. What's the hesitation here, Taurus? What's the hesitation? Now, if Taurus is sitting in your ninth house, you're like, should I or shouldn't I take this trip? You're hemming and hawing, for example. Let's see what the bridge is here. Okay, reconnecting back to our original star. So the bridging energy, Five of Wands, is usually this is kind of jealousy, strife, competition. But what's not talked about quite as much is that this team here is attempting to build a star together. This is about teamwork. So maybe you're going to need a team of people here, Taurus. Okay, especially if you've been flying solo, doing everything on your own. This is a new action here. So the new action could be, all right, now I've gotten to a certain place in this goal that I can start hiring people to help me. All right. This can even be the bridge to get from hermit mode to moving our ass mode is not allowing anybody that has a problem with it, okay, that is scared of us fill in the blank. Somebody might be scared of not getting then what they need. Maybe this is here after a long time of contemplation. You're at this decision point now. Let's look at what the hidden fantasy to focus on that's going to seed your abundance. Okay. So the reason here we're hesitating, you're like, I got more to learn. I got more to learn. We got Page of Swords. Now, Page of Swords is such a common energy now simply because of digital media, right? It can be a spying energy of someone just keeping tabs on us, but it's so, I mean, the Page of Swords can just be getting on Facebook, right? But For me, the energy that I'm getting here, especially with the helpless romantic, this is this big idea. Okay. See how she's not even looking at where she goes, that she's just trusting that she's getting from this first place to the second place. I'm here now, but I'm hanging on to that new wand of where I want to go. I'm just trusting that I'm going to get there. Well, that's the right attitude, Taurus. Okay, let's look at what actions here will help you get what you want. Enlightenment, the Hanged Man energy, doing something different than you've always done. Okay. She's in a completely different position. So this is a 180. Also, opening up our heart chakra, because that's what's in your environmental energy. I didn't even see the heart chakra here. Archangel Raphael of the green heart chakra. And look at all the green in that card. And her chest is opening. That's called a chest opener in yoga, or a heart opener. So actions that you can take here, Taurus, are remaining open in your heart. You don't always have to put your nose to the grindstone here, Taurus. If you are a hopeless romantic, allow that kind of energy to help you bypass here any roadblocks that come along your way. What about the possible blocks? Not learning the lesson of change. So in the Two of Wands, when we choose to stay in the same familiar place here of this wand that's sitting behind her in the window, then we're going to get what we've always gotten. So to me, your future vision here, Taurus, is to do this 180. It's to choose the second stick. It's to make the other choice. And the seed that's planting this is what you're learning about. The Page of Swords is the observer. It's the researcher. It's the ideas, the seed. Okay. So the possible blocks, again, Hierophant energy. I don't want to say a commitment would be a block. This could even be, it's what we value, our long held beliefs, our traditions. It's the path of tradition. The block is if you go down the traditional path and we do what we've always done, then we're going to get what we've always got. You got to step past that, because I don't think whatever this old component is, right? You have risen above something. You have risen above the lesson with a one-to-one commitment, perhaps, or within a job, whatever it is you're researching or you're wondering about. Didn't I joke earlier about a chicken hawk? There's a little hawk in the sky here. Okay. That's there for some reason. I don't know who that's for. I don't know if you were was it Longhorn something? I can't even remember. It was Looney Tunes. But the block is going down the already well-worn path here. You're telling me, Taurus, that you're at the top of this path and that you're ready to rise above whatever this is. Guys, there's no shame in if we have done our growing and the situation that we find ourselves in, a person or a situation that's not changing, then we have to do the 180 of it. Some people don't have any interest in learning about themselves. You're telling me here you do, and as a matter of fact, I've already completed this lesson. And going down that same worn path would be like graduating from high school, but then going back and hanging out there just because that's where everybody else is that or this situation. You're repeating energies, you're treading over familiar ground. It's not needed. Let's see, advice from spirit here. Yeah, it's not needed. There's your own energy, King of Pentacles. Okay. There's a wolf here. It's a companion dog, but I feel like he's a wolf. It's like a lone wolf kind of energy here. Advice from spirit: do what you feel is right for you. Don't hang around with old situations or energies that you've outgrown. You can just taste it, Taurus. You can just taste whatever this is. You're ready. It just doesn't appear that you quite done the yes or made the final decision of this. Maybe you're researching the logistics of how I can step into this new path. Let me get a little clarity on the block being the Hierophant, the lesson, the traditional path. What about this traditional path is the block here? Feels like, yeah, it's a well-worn path. We've already examined this. What is this block on the well-worn path? Yeah. Not being yourself, not able to be yourself. You've outgrown whatever this last one is. If you have been having that feeling, you are correct here. You're trying to project a perfect image, but it's not really you. Be yourself. Okay. If you're not able to be you, Taurus, I mean, especially with two of these cards of your own power cards here, your Hierophant, and then your court card here. If you're not able to be yourself, then it's not the right thing. All right. And advice from Spirit about the King of Pentacles. I feel like this might be even like a solo journey. And you've never done that before. Maybe you've always been kind of somehow encumbered. The gate of opportunities. Well, look at that. And look at the horizons there. The nice blue, clear, crystal sky that you might be viewing out your window, the globe. Pass through the gate of opportunities where a new paths unfurl with boundless potential. This is the new path. The old path you've outgrown, Taurus. Okay. That's the crux of it. All right. I hope that helped you a lot. My gosh, Michelle, how are you? I was just thinking when I was trying to put a brush through my hair because I wasn't going to go live. I was just going to do Angi hands, and then decided at the last minute I was just going to hop on and go live. I was like, Shaw's been there for a hot second. I haven't seen Marsha. Glad you guys are here. Thank you so much. Okay, next up. Is this like a hopeless romantic, Taurus, of like, I had a dream of traveling the world once. It's a dream you've forgotten about or you put down, okay? And I feel like you're ready to pick it up again. All right. Moving on to Gemini. Gemini, sun, moon, and rising. We are looking at what is this dream to reality that we are planting the seeds for now. And that will come to fruition by the time that new moon, the new seed in Pisces, comes to the full moon. When it's going to be the end of August. We also have the nodes of fate shifting at the end of July. So think from now to summertime. Summertime madness. What's that? What's his nuts? Will, Fresh Prince Will. Why can't I think of his name? Smith. Literally the easiest last name to think of. All right, Gemini, let me get some good shuffles in here for you. All righty. Gemini, what is the dream to reality that you are working on? Sun, moon, or rising game says it is fairly easy to sway my opinion. And the other side, I didn't show the other side for the other ones, but I feel like this might have something to do with your message today. My reputation is important to me. Okay. So maybe your dream is to here, like, increase the visibility here of whatever you're doing. If you are a Gemini rising, then this seed that's being planted here for it to come out as a full potential would be in your 10th house of how you're seeing. Okay, my so that is 10th house is your legacy, Gemini. I'm glad I said that because I felt that for a reason. The number 30 card, the garden, and the gate. So this is the context here of what your dream to reality is all about. She's wearing the key around her neck. And this is a should I, shouldn't I, should I? So maybe you're about to blow up here, Gemini, as far as the 10th house is the house of fame as well. Okay. We also had literally, see if I can see it. It was the garden gate was one of our Sabian symbols. And I was like, no way. Mm-mm-mm. Yes, Bacchus at Aries 22, which is the master builder number, taking on optimism, synergy, and sharing our abundance as life principles. So Bacchus is about the asteroid of pure pleasure, the asteroid of hedonism. What are you about to step into here, Gemini? What are you about to step into? Okay, well, you've been through some things there with that 15 on the bottom and the appreciation. Again, done with the boo-hooing. I will take the rose every time for its beauty, for the scent and the joy that that brings me, with an understanding that, yes, it can make my fingers bleed if I pick it up wrong. Is there a Mrs. Hopeless Romantic, right? I don't know. I don't know about that one, Cal. All right, Gemini, your reputation is important to you. So again, Gemini, that Pisces energy will be challenging yours because you're both mutable signs. But if you are a rising Gemini, that Pisces energy is in your 10th house of fame, repetition, your legacy. Did I say repetition? Reputation. All right, let's see. What is the present reality here for Gemini? I'll take the top one, Page of Pentacles. Okay, here's your seed. You're feeling like you're in balance presently here. You're right on the precipice, balancing from being inside the gate. Three of Cups energy there as well, to using the key around your neck. Okay, to do what? Your own court card here, Gemini, Knight of Swords, haul ass towards what you want. So this motorcycle's about to head over the cliff, and you're like, oh shit, I better get to stepping. I better hustle my bus here. I better pick up the pace. So your future vision or dream here, maybe it's to move faster, because if you're in a place of balance right now, you're just standing in one spot. There's nothing wrong with that, standing in one spot. But it's kind of like all of a sudden you make this decision, you've been hemming and hawing, and then it's like, boom. Okay. What is the bridge to go from Page of Pentacles to Knight of Swords? Four of Pentacles. In this deck, she is holding on to what she already has accumulated. She's protecting her pentacles, time, money, energy, resources, your talents, your own assets. Okay. So the bridge there is to be a bit more protective of this balance and energy. And maybe also, because Gemini, that tendency would just be to be like, because Geminis can want one thing one day, and then the next day they want something completely opposite. That's that's just where that sits in our own chart is where we can feel a little fickle, or we can change our mind. We can be convinced pretty easily. Okay. What about the hidden fantasy here to focus on? Taken off. Do you just want to run away? Is this what this is, Gemini? Is there something you want to just be like, I wish I could just run away from home? So, okay. This feels like a little bit of boredom, Gemini. Yes, I'm balanced. Yeah, like she's kind of making that tree pose look easy. I'm feeling a little restlessness here for Gemini energy. What about actions that'll help you get what you want? Ten of Pentacles. Be sure what is in that Ten of Pentacles. What is the goal? The only thing that can make us be like, oh, squirrel, and go chasing off for something different than we originally wanted is not being clear on what it is that we want out of this. Okay, so the actions here is to be clear and protect the Four of Pentacles that you already are holding dear here. You're starting off with a 1, and we've got the bridge of the 4. That could be the month of April. And the Ten of Pentacles, the actions. Now, if this is a huge dream, like I want to be, independently wealthy, or I want to, whatever that pentacle is. This is literally 40 cards in one card. It can be anything with the Ten of Pentacles. It's all the minor arcana. I think I want to clarify that one in a second here. What are the possible blocks? Getting a fire up your butt, like being changeable. It's the next greatest and latest hot thing, and then you're off. Okay. So it just feels like, yeah, I know, but it's like, and I know, but it just feels like boredom. But Spirit wants you to not just squirrel and take off onto something new because it looks great in jeans, for example. Or just because it's the latest, hottest trend, whatever that is. Like, do your research. You don't want to lose what you've already accumulated. Advice from Spirit. There's a successful completion of a cycle of some sort here. So if you are bored, Gemini, and you're feeling like you want to run away from home, you want to move it out of some indecision here. You want to open that garden gate. I feel like you are going to open that garden gate here. And your current energy being crossed by strength. Okay. That is all about balance of the heart, taming our own inner beast, input, output. What we put in, we get out. So if we kind of quit too soon, if we don't hang on what we've already accumulated, then it's going to be harder to get and keep our actions moving toward that Ten of Pentacles. This is telling me Spirit wants you to continuously stay aligned with what it is that you want. Why is the block the Ace of Swords? Okay, so any kind of abuse is not okay. You deserve someone who treats you well. So if this hidden fantasy is why you want to run away from home here, and you're just like, I should just take off, like, I want another clarity on that Ace of Wands. But then they come back and, they think one simple sorry is going to cut it. Okay. So everyone leaves, it says. This is our block. Choose a partner who can commit to you and let yourself commit to them. All right. So hanging on to our principles here. You want the 10 of Pentacles, the actions to get that 10 of Pentacles, to get what you've always wanted for yourself, definitely isn't in this component. If this is what you're wanting to escape and leave, and that's the cycle of completion here that you're finishing up now, good for you here, Gemini. Wow. Okay. And especially if we're hanging on to someone, yeah, they're a jerk, but um you know, they don't say very nice things to me, but it's stable. This is like well, I know the devil that I'm choosing. Okay. Out of fear, maybe clinging inside that garden gate here, not using the key around your neck because we don't really feel like we're going to get to that 10 of Pentacles. So you're might be settling for 4. This is what you want to make it here yourself, guys. Being alone is 5 million times better than being in something that is not healthy and doesn't feel good. All right. What is the advice from Spirit here about closing out a cycle successfully? Clear mind. Sweep away any doubts that you have and know that you are right. So I just said, if you are wanting to travel here, if you're like, I want to run away from home, especially if it is ABUSE. And I said, I think that's what you're doing. There's my confirmation there. And then that was supposed to be the bottom of the deck, vortex of change, where energies swirl in transformative dances, molding anew. You about ready to step into the new here, Gemini. Don't doubt yourself, okay? I think the blocks is someone firing off at the mouth. Maybe this is someone very quick tempered and their fire flares. Okay, if Gemini, for example, is in your house of your 8th house of secrets and nobody knows what you're actually going through, you need to talk to somebody about that here, Gem. Okay, and then I promise you, you will appreciate the journey and the blood that you've accumulated building that new garden. Okay. So it's like, but I like everything in this garden is already done. Well, the key's around your neck for a reason here. You're afraid you're going to have to start all over, but I'd rather be in that bramble bush of a new garden than one that looks perfect and you're stuck in the gate of Jim. Okay. And that can be with work energies too. Depends on where Gemini sits in your chart. All right. Next up, Cancer. Jazz on an electric guitar. What is that all about? What is that? What was that? That one, this channels that it's like Drumeo, and they have one for piano. And they had this jazz band come in and do Come As You Are. It was Nirvana. It was so freaking good. It was really, really awesome. Okay, Cancer. Cancer says, I like quiet, intimate dates where I can really get to know someone. All right, Cancer might be regarding love here for you. What is the dream to reality for Cancer energy? Thanks for being here with me today, guys. I appreciate you. All right, what is the dream to reality for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising? That is going to be flowing with and to this Pisces new moon, culminating into the full moon at the end of August. Also been flowing and aided by the North Node of Destiny. That can involve a lot of change. Destiny is a strong pull. If you are a Cancer rising, I think that's Peg. This energy would have to do with your ninth house, travel, higher knowledge, higher learning. Okay. Cancers right now, present reality telling me here it's a 9 energy, so hopefully it's the end of broken heart energy. Okay, ninth house. I was just saying, Cancer, if you're a Cancer rising, it's the Pisces energy will be in your ninth house here. That can be long distance travel as well, international travel, looking at other cultures. And what you think is not energy that feels so great here right now is actually going to be the fuel here. It's going to be more valuable to you than you realize. So the lessons of this are going to be more valuable than you realize, Cancer. All righty. We also have Jupiter there for you, Cancer. Think through the end. Is it May 30th? Might be the top of June. I can't quite remember off the top of my head. All right. Nope. There we go. Okay, Cancer, present reality. Yeah, that's what I said. The end, the nines are the end, broken heart. So, the end, the Temperance card. Archangel Michael is here, tempering pain into wisdom, balancing out what is the lesson from this that I can take away regarding what I value, perhaps even regarding happy family here. It's the 10 of Cups, the Pisces energy that's been trining wherever Cancer sits in your chart. Okay, you're doing the work here, Cancer. Temperance crossed by. Wow. I mean, look at all this, you guys. You are allowing your heart to start pouring open again, especially amongst any kind of 5 of Swords, jealousy, strife, or competition. Let's look at what your future vision or dream is. Woo! There's some heat on that here, Cancer. Lovers energy. That is your dream here. Okay. Without going through the broken heart energy, we can't appreciate the lessons of, hey, that taught us what we value. And we've got more 44 here because 31 and the 4 card in this deck, 44 in this deck would be the Queen of Cups, Cancer energy. Okay, you're doing the work here, Cancer. What is the bridge to get from Temperance to the Lovers? Major arcana, the Star. Reconnect back and tether to your original dream, because whatever this was, weren't it. It wasn't it. Okay, TLC. No, salt and pepper. What a man, what a chick, whatever. That's not it. Okay. The bridge there is reconnecting back to the Star, also healing energy, double cards of healing, and coming back into your own yin yang of balance. What is the hidden fantasy or the seed to focus on? Love all these seed cards here that we're getting. The seed to focus on, I already said it, your own balance. Tree pose. Connecting back to your roots, your original wants and desires. Alchemizing here. Okay, trying to convert again that wisdom into what value did I get out of that lesson? Okay, what is the actions to take to get you what you want? 6 of Cups. Nostalgia. What did you want when you were small? Okay, Six of Cups energy and the Lovers showing up. I mean, geez, this is basically the minor arcana to the Lovers for me as a reader. Actions to take, and look at how just the growth from puppy all the way to the full-grown dog. Okay. This could be friends in your energy, someone that you've known for a long time, someone that has grown with you, here to help you. Okay, but actions as far as the star, again, nostalgia, reconnecting back to what you dreamed about. Okay, heavy energies here as far as strong and strength. These are very strong here. Now, the possible blocks, getting stuck in the coulda, woulda, shouldas, getting stuck in the spilt milk of regret. Scorpio energy here with the 6 and the 5 of Cups. So the blocks will be continuously looking at the path of what did not work and staying in that broken heart energy. Okay, let me get clarity for that. I mean, I feel like that is pretty clear, but anything in particular here that Cancer needs to know? What should you tip over your own damn self? It's like tipping, there's already 3 cups spilled. She's holding a full one, Ace of Cups. And then there's something here that still needs tipped over here, Cancer. What still needs tipped over? Looking at our expectations here. When you expect too much, no one can ever measure up. I mean, this is the dream, the vision, the fantasy. Okay. I can see where that would be hard to match up, especially like this is a big dream. Make sure that it is actually grounded in reality and that what you want is real. And it says ditch your list. So what you're turning over here is what you used to value, may not be the same now, or go back to the values that you started with before love became painful. Okay. Attachment there on in your environmental energy. This is just attachment to what is, right? We want to move into that secure attachment rather than an insecure attachment, like anxiety, anxiousness, or avoidance. All right. And then messages from spirit. This is a pattern to heal. This is the other side of the axis of the Lover's energy, right? If we want this deep soul tie love, know that what comes with that one-to-one commitment is learning about our own patterns and attachments, okay? Or patterns in attachment, within attachment. Alrighty there. And let's get here more advice for you. So advice from spirit is those old patterns do not have to puppeteer you any longer. Don't fall into that regret mode. Alrighty here. You got 2. Cancer, highest good. Embrace the journey with openness, trusting the universe to lead you towards your greatest fulfillment. Okay. Also, web of connection. Again, staying connected, reconnect back to your original wishes and desires. Weave your connections thoughtfully, creating a supportive web that uplifts your personal and professional journeys. Okay, Cancer, that is looking pretty good. I don't think we had 3 major arcana there in a row. As far as heart healing, they're really alchemizing. You're doing the work, Cancer. Good job. Okay. Maybe even a quiet, intimate date is coming soon here for you, if that's what you're calling in. Up next, Leos. Are you a Cancer rising as well? Okay, so again, Cancer risings, that Pisces seed that we're planting now for the North Node of Destiny, and that fruition coming up in the ninth house of long distance travel, higher education, esoteric knowledge. That could be going away on retreat. It's astrology. It's like world travel, other cultures kind of energy, expanding your world view. Okay, up next for Leo. Leo, what you guys doing today? What'd you make an appointment for? Ooh, who's getting concert tickets? Hold on, let me come back and be nosy. Where you go? Kathy, what concert tickets are you waiting for, Miss Kath? Thank you, Peg. Thank you for reminding me to say it live. I appreciate that. Is that the jazz musician that plays on an electric guitar? Leo, you're up next. Let me get some shuffles in for you. All right. Hopefully, I was going to say, hopefully I'm flowing better with time here. And I swear it feels like 10, 15 minutes. I feel like I'm doing 5 minutes. Well, that is a sign of when you're in a high vibration, is time just goes by really, really fast, and you have no sense of time because time's a human construct anyway, right? Okay. Leo energies. This says here, I keep my exes on social media after we break up. And also, I have a vision board. Okay. I see it. I want it. It's mine. Give me a quick second here. I forgot to grab my juice. So therefore, my mouth is dry. Okay. Because, I yap a lot. All right. Leo. Now, if you are Leo rising, this is going to be quincunx your energy, okay? Which means it kind of it's complicated. It can complicate things. Certainly, if we're staying friends with exes on social media, that might complicate the next relationship, perhaps. Okay. I mean, if they're good people and it just wasn't a match, that's one thing. If it's true friendship, that's one thing. Okay, as long as everybody is on the same page. So, Leo, what dream to reality here are you conjuring up, sun, moon, and rising Leos? If you're a Leo rising, that Piscean seed that we're expecting the result of at the end of August will be hitting your 8th house. And that's the 8th house of secrets. It's also like the deeper dive, going, that Pluto energy of transformation. Okay. 8th house is also the house of chunky money, like winning the lottery kind of thing. Payoffs for investments. It can also be like residual income if that is, you have that kind of business. Leo complicates a little bit, but it transforms us. 8th house. Okay, Leo, you got a lot to say. Okay, magician in the mirror, Leo. So, when you're looking at one-to-one partnerships of all kinds, those are mirrors to our own soul, because we see what we like and recognize in other people. We're drawn to that energy, and we're put off by the things we see in them that we don't like. But often, as Dr. Phil used to quote his dad and say, there's something about you I don't like about me. Sorry, Dr. Phil, that's my best impression. Magician and the mirror. So the context, the dream to reality is like, I'm taking my fire, I'm taking my feelings, and I know how to wield both of those as power. Fire is just as powerful as water, action and feelings. Okay, we'll take note of the Queen of Pentacles, woman holding a coin, Cancerian energy of goddess of the moon. And then what's hidden in the moon, there could be some hidden hostilities kind of lurking around the corner. Maybe you just feel that way. Driving the magician and the mirror, angel of balance. Okay. And that Egyptian pyramid here, this feels like an old, this is an old repeating lesson. This is like a big soul lesson, especially because it will be Leo season. It'll be your season here when this full moon in Pisces occurs. All right. This can even be Leo, something as simple as I need to be surrounded by water. I need to drink more water. I need to hydrate. I need to put myself in the bath when I'm not feeling great. Hanged Man here on the bottom of the deck, the environmental energy. Leo is the sign of the heart chakra here, opening with her heart chakra breaking open wide. Now, here, this is learning how to balance your own fire and emotions, your actions with your emotions, Leo. Okay, so present reality in healing mode. So that is a good place to be here, Leo. You are recovering your heart here from some kind of Three of Swords. Now, in the traditional decks, you will see the Three Swords pointing down to the figure's third eye, the throat chakra, and the heart. And then when that recovery is through and that person lying there with those three swords aiming towards them, they choose when to grab the sword of truth underneath them and get up here. This is like the nesting energy though, and there's a red thread of destiny. So Leo, whatever heartbreak you were a part of or whatever you're healing here, your soul set this up for you to grow, so for your own growth. What is the future vision or dream? To not be bothered, maybe be independently wealthy, to be the head of the class, the senior of the class. Okay, the top form, the last year of learning. This is kind of mothering energy, being able to take care of not only of ourselves, but of everyone around us that we know and love. We're able to provide. Okay. So a lot of independence there. And what is the bridge to get from Four of Swords of healing to Queen of Pentacles? Page of Cups. So looking at love with the newness through a child's eyes, a beginner's eyes. And there's something here, Leo, that you think, well, when pigs fly, that's going to happen. But if you're manifesting that, the magician in the mirror, if you believe it, you use those emotions there to heal your heart, and then that matching vibration, that cup's coming. The pigs, you thought pigs would fly before this would happen, but there's the heart energies trying to come in for you here. Let's see, maybe if this is a new relationship or not, don't know. What is the hidden fantasy or the seed to focus on for your own abundance? Letting go of what was not stable here, Leo. Okay, so the seed of this new thing is that whatever has fallen has cleared ground, has cleared the ground, so something completely new can be built. I mean, this is physical, tangible results here. Tower energy, the sister energy to that tower would be the Seven of the Chariot, the delivery of our heart's greatest intentions. Do we know what those are, or are we still healing and in our heart healing mode is what you're telling me? That's where we are presently. And my goal here, Ange, is to just be okay. This is an awful fast 6 months if something's completely been rocked you to the core here. Balance is coming. What is or are the actions that'll help you get what you want? Again, reciprocation, and see that 8. That lemniscate of energy to only give back what I am given, making sure that love, for example, is reciprocal and not, I just still need that attention of all my exes, or like maybe this is an ex Leo to you trying to slip into the DMs to see if they still have a hold on you. Okay, could be. But if it's not reciprocal, then that's blown up on you before. Overgiving has blown up on you before. What are the possible blocks? All right, the Lovers. So a choice here. A new choice in love. Whatever you thought could not happen. Looking at love with the eyes of a child. This is like starting new. This is like examining to our childhood beliefs about love that have needed healing. And love is about reciprocity. If you only accept energies that are equally giving back to you, you don't have to worry about this lover's energy being a block. If it is an X, then this reading is saying that X is a block to a true lover's red thread of destiny in your birth chart. This is what your soul set up for you for learning this lesson, but we can't open our hands for the new. First of all, if we don't believe it. Second of all, if we're not in balance, if we're not willing yet to only reciprocate when given to. And the advice from Spirit here: running away from love doesn't solve anything. Running away from our own hearts doesn't solve anything. Okay. Running away from the tower of what that is. It's like this is like letting old energies go and being okay with starting anew. Now, I'm really curious here with this Angel of Balance and the Lovers as the block, because this is deep past soul tie. This is past life energy connection, as are the pyramids. Let me get more on why is the Lovers the block here for Leo. 6th card is a Gemini power card, so maybe being too fickle or changing your mind. Leo, okay. It is a choice. So I forget who this already came out for earlier, but if this was an old cycle, whatever blew up here, if this was ABUSE, any kind, gaslighting is telling you your feelings aren't your feelings. That's emotional, not only emotional immaturity, but emotional ABUSE. And if you choose to get into that cycle again, right, this is not understanding that you deserve someone who treats you well. Now, 7 of Swords is all about doing what's good for the greater whole. Okay, sometimes we have to walk away from that deep soul tie person because they're not living up to what their soul lessons were. Okay, if they're in this energy and we're hanging around, this is what you're healing from here, giving you hugs, Leo, because that's certainly not any fun. This is so you can recognize your own power. And sometimes the choice is, this is such a deep connection that feels nearly impossible to walk away from. But if that is what's best for the good of the whole, then that's what we need to do here. Let's see what's in the environmental energy. Cloud of unknowing. Float on the clouds of the unknown. Surrender to the mystery and embrace the sacred within. Okay. And it's like, get one more. That one's in my craw a little bit here, Leo. What? Give me more on the Lover's energy. Okay. It's like, no, you're right the first time, Ange. 3 of Swords. Devastating heartbreak. Unfortunately, Leo, that was the lesson. Can you leave it behind? It's the and of it all. Gemini is, we're as a society trying to outgrow dualistic thinking, that it has to be this or that. If I leave, that means that I never love them. It's leave or, right? This can be leave and yes, the love was present. Yes, this was a deep past soul tie. Yes, what's best for all involved, especially your own heart. And if it keeps happening over and over and over again, you keep giving without getting. It's time to go. It's time to be fine in our own right here, Leo. Okay. Woof. And as if in confirmation, there's your power card as far as the court is concerned. Power court card. Wow. Okay, let's get your advice here, Leo. 7 of Swords, leaving behind this deep soul tie. Oof. On the mend. Very first card out. Nailed it. The heart. The heart there. In the forest. She's in a nest. Okay. Earth energies, grounding. We've got earth up top. All these hearts. And whatever earth reality you're living here, that it's actually a gift. It's the seed to your future abundance. That was the block that was in the way from you getting yours, Leo. I hope that helped you. All right. Ditch the rinse and repeat cycles here with whoever that might have been. Okay. Let it go. Let them go. We already done with that lesson, Leo. Okay. I know it's not easy, but especially if, you've been gaslighted into your reality is not your reality that you're experiencing, certainly. Okay. Next up, we got Virgos in the house. Virgo's in the house, sun, moon, and rising, and Venus. If you are a Virgo rising, then this energy here of the seed that we are planting and coming into fruition is going to be sitting in your 7th house of 1-to-1 committed partnerships. That's where that Pisces energy would be. And Virgos, oh, you've been through it here. I think we started July of 2024. It's been 18 months backwards from the end of July this year. 18 months back. That's how long the South Node has been in your sign, Virgo. And that is not easy energy to go through because it's all the South Node of karma, right? Of the lessons we're supposed to be learning, balancing our own energies. Okay, the house of our soul journey and our own undoing. We Humpty Dumpty and then put ourselves back together again. So sun, moon, rising Virgos. I'm an independent thinker, not easily influenced by the opinions of others. That could be what you're releasing here, Virgo. Some kind of stuck in the earth of this is what it is, and this is what I want, and this is how it's going to work. If something's not aligned with us, we can't will that to be so. The universe isn't going to let us have something that's not for our best and highest good of everyone involved. Okay, as you would see by the sign before you, Leo, that semi-sextiles your energy. We learn and grow from the lesson or the sign before us. All right, Virgos. So this energy will be balancing or mirroring you. It's the old teeter-totter of energy. Ooh, I like that. Virgos, 19 energy of cycles or the sun, rest and rejuvenation. Okay. And speaking of, we got 8 on the bottom there with that 53. 53 might happen to be your age. Again, balancing out your own energies, learning how, that's what that is, learning how to use your power. All right. Know you're an independent thinker, not easily influenced by the opinion of others. Okay. Let's look at Virgo's current state here. Current or present reality. We got 3, 6 of Swords, 3 of Cups, and the Moon energy. So 8, we got the Sun and the Moon numbers here. So 6 of Swords, following Spirit's pull towards that North Node of Pisces out of old patterns. We've got the 3 of Cups, focusing on the Big Dipper in the sky. That is getting by with a little help from our friends. That's celebration. That's look at the love that we share with these friends. And then we have the Moon energy of I'm confused, or I go back and forth between fear and loyalty to myself because I can't see exactly where I'm going. Virgo, we don't get to. You don't, we can predict the energy moving forward. We can follow our own patterns, but we can't kind of orchestrate something to be exactly what we want, or we're holding this certain expectation and the universe can't bring it to us because it's so exact. It's going to take longer for a specialty order, right? We have to be in alignment with that specialty order the whole entire time to be the energy we want to receive. But it's kind of like Virgos, a little bit like, yeah, I don't. It's like fluctuating back and forth here. And with the reunion energy kind of being stuck in the middle, maybe you're fluctuating back and forth between old world and new world here for some reason. Yeah. 10 of Cups. This is like my dream, what I think the 10 of Cups should be. The 10 of Cups is, it's Pisces energy again. It's fantasy though. What is the ultimate of ultimates? Once you get your 9th cup, you have to get your own 9th cup independently to get that 10th, is what a lot of people don't realize. Like, I just want those 10 cups, but then we're not willing to bring our own selves wish fulfillment in order to attract that same vibrational frequency. Okay, that's bottom of our deck here. What is your dream or more rainbows? My dream or fantasy is I don't have my 10 cups yet. So board. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Let's bring this fantasy break it into smaller steps. Okay. Just because we're not getting exactly what we want right now, that is not something outside of us that can come fill that cup. Okay. Only we can. That feels like the lesson here. You got to reach the 9 of Cups first and be in a celebrate here having the gratitude, pausing to take in what you've accomplished before you get on to the next thing. What's the bridge here to go from, oh, look at that, the progression, 3 of Cups to 4 of Cups. That's pretty slow moving for 6 months, Virgo. Let's see what's underneath that 10 of Cups. 3 Pentacles, bookending the 3 Cups. Hopefully this is not a third party energy. Hopefully, I'm saying hopefully as in not another person, but third party is if you picture yourself and another person, what is in between you two? What is in between? That could be parents, children, work, someone that's like a workaholic, right? That can be our own heartbreak, can be that third energy that's blocking the love from coming in, especially when there's the 3 of Pentacles there fueling that energy. Ace of Cups. So I was just saying, we have got to fill our own cup and get to that wish fulfillment on our own before we can ever hope for that 10th cup. If we're not willing to fill our own, we're staying stuck or going back and forth between old and new, then we're going to continue to stay bored and in flux. So I'm not buying it that is Virgo's future vision and dream. Let me get you some more here, Virgo. Why is the 4 of Cups here? Why is the 4 of Cups fueled by the 3 of Pentacles? You definitely don't like what you've gotten. So why even look back behind you? Okay. So I will get to the truth here of what it is that will not bore me, or what it is that I actually want. The truth of why we're so dissatisfied with our cups energy in its current state. You've got to get satisfied with your own cups before you can appreciate someone else's cup coming in, or you're just going to attract someone just as dissatisfied, right? And unbalanced in their own cups. King of Swords crossed by Knight of Cups. The truth is, I'm bored with the emotions and what I've gotten so far. I want this. This is like a knight, and I want a knight in shining armor to come save me, kind of thing. I mean, that's a bit antiquated. I feel silly kind of saying that, but that's what I got. This fantasy of someone's going to come in and swoop in and fix everything. I don't think you're seeing your own power here yet, your own truth about why isn't this love of my life here? Well, we have to first get to the crux here of what are our beliefs about love? Why are we not saving ourselves? I mean, we're not in the 1950s where we needed a partner to be able to survive. All right, so we're getting here. So what is the hidden the bridge? Excuse me. Yeah, this is a big ass lesson. Okay. The bridge is to get to this higher consciousness, this higher connection, the guru, the shaman, the guide. This is the path of tradition here, but the path to get to the truth of our own heart's dissatisfaction is, what is the lesson? What is the personal lesson for you? Not about waiting around for Heidi McHotterson to come in, waiting around for someone else to transform. If this is that back and forth energy, okay, we can't wait around for other people to transform. That's just wanting to ignore the data, right? I'm not easily influenced, right, by the opinion of others, but Virgo, this isn't the opinion of others. This is your own data that you've collected. You just don't want to believe it. Okay. I keep what is that? Who is that? I am a man who will fight for your honor. I'll be the hero that you're dreaming of. Like, this is, it's just hard for me to believe that anybody thinks that there's like, oh, someone's going to swoop in and save me. I don't know anybody who thinks that way. So I'm trying to relate. I'm trying to kind of dig into the feeling of this. But what we're waiting for is a fantasy. That's just not real life. Real people, real ass people are going to have conflicts. We're going to have hard times and good times. They definitely it needs to start from a basis of friendship for sure, or else it can't go anywhere from that. Oh, okay. So thank you, Spirit. I just got dropped in here. Here's in it because I'm struggling to really believe that there's anybody in our day and age that would be like, oh, there's somebody's going to come in and save me or take me away from all this. This can be, if you wouldn't have this person that we keep going back to tumultuous waters or tumultuous situation, whatever it is that you're unclear about, if we keep reuniting back to that energy, ask yourself, would you, if that's a partner, would you have them as a best friend? Do they treat you like your best friends do? Because what I've seen, learning from others, learning from clients, from my own experiences, is if you wouldn't be best friends with any of your friends treat you that way. Do any of your friends put you through tumultuous emotions? Do any of your friends build this fantasy that you're always left hanging on to the remnants of, when you know deep down that's not the truth? Okay. If you would not have this person as a friend, if they do not emulate the people that are closest to you and have your back, there's your answer. This is, I mean, it's going to be big because wherever Virgo is sitting in your own chart, no one's coming to save you here. This is about you standing on, you being your own hero. Okay, so wherever that is sitting for you, if that is, I mean, if you're Virgo rising, oof, that Pisces sitting in your 7th house of one-to-one committed partnerships, this is a big old lesson. This is about breaking new ground according to your own beliefs. I feel like the bridge there is restructuring and re-evaluating what your beliefs are here, Virgo. That's what South Node is trying to kind of show you a lesson here and trying to show you, your soul, how to evolve up those steps. And whatever that it's whatever you keep revisiting. I don't know if that's a place for you. It feels like a person. But you keep getting the same results, expecting a different, or you keep doing the same behaviors or doing the same pattern, but expecting a different result. Okay. Let's look what the block is. Sorry, it's taken a hot minute there. Oh, sorry. Wait, 10 of Cups was the bottom. That next card would have been the fantasy to focus on, to seed abundance. You can't seed abundance from a broken heart. Or your fantasy might be, is there anybody that's just going to come and swoop me up and take me out of this pain? Only we can do that. There's not a person, money, like nothing can do that for us. Okay. I'm going to get you more because surely this is like, I want to be out of pain. I want to be out of boredom. I want to get away from tumultuous waters. Here's my fantasy. I'm sure that this person is going to come give it to me. Again, I'm struggling there a little bit. It's just hard for me to relate to that energy. Okay. What is the actions that will help you get what you actually want? South Node in Virgo, karmic justice. This is here for you. This is hard for a reason. Otherwise, what's the point of a test if it's not going to get you where you need to go? You might as well just sit down on the racetrack of life. It wouldn't be worth taking. This is major arcana, and then you're coming in here with moon as well, like confusion. This is really needing to drop this illusion of other. You have the control. You have the power. This is about you summoning back up your power. Okay. What is the block? Although I feel like this whole thing, yeah. The block between fear and loyalty to self, fear and loyalty to self, back and forth, back and forth. You can see enough. You can still see. I was saying that the other night when you're in the pool and you open your eyes for the first time underwater, you're like, oh, I can see. It's blurry, but I can see. You know enough, Virgo. And you hemming and hawing and going, well, maybe this. No, every time it's just Pete and repeat. Pete and repeat. Pete went into the store. Who came out? Like, right? Pete and repeat. That's going to continue to be the block. Blocks for specifics here. What is this back and forth about? What is the block that Virgo is back and forth on? Okay. Well, Virgo, you think that this painful thing that never amounts to a hill of beans, you'd rather have that than be alone? I think that's what you might be rethinking here. That a terrible thing is better than a nothing. You gave up on love because you think you're meant to be alone. It's just not true. We're just hanging on to a fantasy of life isn't hard, but it is. It's also extremely joyful. There's much to be celebrated. That doesn't mean we go back and forth on what we already have enough data on, what we already know to be true. Again, Virgo, you've been through wherever Virgo is in your chart, that's where we've been through the ringer. That's where we're being forced to upend old beliefs and patterns, and where we're wanting to break new ground here, wherever that's sitting in your chart. And again, if you're a Virgo rising, this is one-to-one relationships all over this. Okay, you don't stick with the heartbreak just because you're like, well, no one else is coming in to save me. They're not supposed to. Okay. Advice from spirit. Protect your energy. Stand your ground. Do not let anybody disturb your peace ever again. This is about boundaries, honey. Wherever that is in our charts for us. Okay. Let's look at this last card here for advice for Virgo. I think this affects a lot of people. South Node is in Virgo for everyone. Okay, so it's not just Virgo sun here. Definitely look at your Virgo moons and also Venus, especially rising, because this is commitment here or past commitments all over it. All right, advice. Divinely guided. The guru, the shaman, the guide. Trust the wisdom of the universe and remain open to receive guidance as your journey unfolds through life's mysteries. We don't get to see, we see enough. We don't get to see what's at the top of that light. You got to go and trust and look at him meditating here to tune into the divine. Woo! I feel like we got there, Virgo. Resurrection. See? Every time it's like, do you feel like you finally get to making some ground, and then this old whatever broke your heart comes toodalooing your way? And you're like, well, since there's nobody else, a bad thing is better than nothing. No, it's not. That's the lesson. You deserve more. You deserve more. Okay. All right, Virgo. Woo. That was I bet you're going to be so happy to get out of that South Node and Virgo energy. Boy, oh boy, is it rough. Next up, Libras. Libra. Let me know what life area Virgo's been sitting in for you in your chart, because that was definitely it's definitely not been an easy South Node experience, it's for sure. Okay. Next up, Libras here, wherever Libra is in your chart. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Libras. I have a hard time saying no and often overextend myself. Okay. Let's see. Where is Libra sitting in your chart? That could be where you overextend or where you have a hard time enforcing boundaries, Libras. If you're a Libra rising, this is going to be what dream comes to fruition for you regarding your sixth house. So this is going to be Virgo rising, or excuse me, Libra risings would be for your daily living. That is kind of like the mundane parts of life, what we have to do every day to kind of get by. And there's a good question to ask yourself for that sixth house is, are the actions I'm taking leading me to where I want to be? Okay. That can be small actions every day. Okay. Libra. Context for you too. Okay. We've got Angel of Love and All Tied Up. So 49 or 23 might resonate for you for any reason. This Angel of Love card is about healing the heart. The rose quartz chakra here. And this could be Libra, especially taking a note from Virgo, the sign before you, that energy grows your Libra placements, grows your Libra energy. This is kind of like an Eight of Swords feeling, also Two of Swords, because she's saying, I can't get out of this, but the only thing binding her wrists are plant leaves. Just go like that. Okay. Might be a little bit of I'm not feeling a willful blindness here. I'm just feeling like you're trying to transmute some heartbreak here, Libra. Yeah. And find your own balance back. There's the divine feminine and the divine masculine within all of us, the yin yang. 22 card energy there. Can be 11-11 energy of that one-to-one partnerships there. Okay, let's see what's up for you here, Libra. Last shuffle. Give me what is Libra's present reality here regarding this rose quartz and feeling tied up, maybe still in a little bit of heartbreak. Now, this angel of love energy too is about new love is ready to enter, but we have to tie up maybe some loose ends. Oh, I didn't see that flyer. So your energy is coming in present reality of the world, the 21 card, the most powerful card in the deck. There's a cycle of completion here. You are tying up, but like your heart's still there, like you might have physically the reality of it. So let's say you moved, you already got the new job, the divorce already came through, the papers are finalized, whatever this is, that mundane part of it is done, but the heart is still still kind of lingering there. Okay. Yeah. I don't know why I just don't look at the cards that are right here, because that's literally releasing, seeing that come up from her chest here, this judgment energy. Whatever cycle of completion you've just ended, Libra, please understand that was the right thing for you, and that your soul set this up as a growing pains here on the blip of your milestones. Your soul set this up for your own evolution. And this is being able to release and let go of that heart energy lingering of like, oof, okay, there's still a little bit more here to transmute. All right, the dream. Future vision or dream is just being able to easily walk away. I want to just walk away from whatever that heartache was, but we can't just skip the lesson of it just because the paperwork came through, or because we finally quit fill in the blank. That doesn't mean that we have transmuted that pain yet, or have done the work of acceptance or the forgiveness, whatever that is for you. What is the bridge to get there? Four of Cups. Be able to see the cup that's trying to come in for you. And I already said this angel of love is like something here is waiting for you on the other side of this. So it would behoove you, if love is what you're wanting, we got to walk away from those 8 broken cups of emotions to get to that big dipper in the sky, the 9th cup of wish fulfillment. The bridge to get there is 4 cups. To go ahead, I mean, it's starting to repeat here. The pattern, the cycle has come to completion, but the heart isn't quite resolved over it, over that yet. We haven't really yet released that. Okay. Not from the physical body. What is the hidden fantasy to focus on, to seed abundance, a new start, a new collaboration? I put a green light in my notes I posted yesterday. It was a universal green light. If you're questioning about whether it's okay to let this go, that will be a universal green light. What is the actions that will help you get what you want? Leo energy, the fire, the strength here to carry on. I see it, I want it, it's mine. But if we're still kind of in the pain of this old lesson, see how that red part of the rainbow, the root passion's trying to come in. We're not seeing yet what cup the universe is trying to give us, because we're still back here about what went sideways. All right, that's completely normal. What about the possible blocks? Yeah. The transformation portion of this. So the possible blocks, the death card energy, 13. So something that has been completed, we're just not in that, we're still in the cocoon here, Libra. You're still in your cocoon, and that's okay. What are we still in the cocoon about? What needs to be transmuted here? What needs to be rebirthed, or there's already the ending wherever Libra sits in your chart. So what is thank you, clarifying the block. So giggling because the sign before us always bleeds into the next reading because it's semi-sextile. Needing rescuing that's what's ending for you. And now it's like figuring out the new way. Maybe you figured out that's what was tying you up. You're waiting for love to save you, but you must stop waiting and start looking. You're still in the cocoon. All right. What is advice from spirit? 3 times now, 2 of cups. This is waiting on you. Libra love is waiting on you to be able to fill your own heart's cup again. Also, don't jump too quickly here into the next thing. We can't, yes, something is ended, but if you try to, it'd be like someone peeling open a butterfly chrysalis. That kills the butterfly. We can't help them out of their cocoon. People have to go through their own processes, and new love doesn't do that. We have to do the work first, because if we're still the walking wounded, we're going to be the magnet for the walking wounded. Okay. There's something here that still needs to be released and let go of. All right. Wise advice from spirit, the 2 of cups. Let me get further clarification for you there, Libra. 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 What is that? Bro. I have a hard time saying no and often overextend myself. So that can even be like, well, I was trying to stay single, Ange, but then this Heidi McHutterson walked in front of me and, well, it's not gonna help, Libra. I get it though. I get it. You want this green light to be a safe green light. Okay. You're going to get what you want. Wish granted. It comes when you're ready to fly with those new wings. The healing comes first. The outcome may not be exactly what you want, but it is what you need. That would be Jupiter energy. Jupiter doesn't, it's not about what we want. Jupiter gives us the abundance that we need. And because you're healing it or putting in the work to heal it and bring yourself to a place of peace, that is the peaceful magnet that you want to be. Let your connection with spirit ground you as you reach for the sky. On your way here. On your way there, Leaves. Good for you. Good for you. All right, we've got Scorpios up next. Scorpio, you up. I hope that helped you, Libra. I just can never get over. It surprises me every time how that energy just flows from one house to the next in our charts. All right, learn from that previous lesson. It's so cool. So cool. All right. Okay, Scorpios. Okay, so maybe then Scorpio says, I've had a relationship defining conversation in a parked car. Let me know if that's true for you, Scorpio sun, moon, rising. All right. And Venus placements. Now, Scorpio, if you are a rising, Scorpio is your rising sign. That seed that you're planting is going to be trining your energy, flowing to, flowing with, aiding, collaborating. That'll be in your 5th house of creativity, romance, and pleasure. That's the second time this happened on this reading. The 5th house of creativity, romance, and pleasure. There's victory after a long battle here. And Hermit, a long path to some kind of lesson learned about collaboration, and whether that's a green light, red light, could be to do with passion. All right, a couple more here for Scorpio. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. You're telling me that's where you are right now here, Scorpio. Driven by the King of Truth, King of Swords. That will be Pluto and Aquarius, your own planet's ruler, your planetary ruler. All right, Scorpio, goddess of the moon. 52 is a 7 energy, and carrying connection here with the 14 energy of temperance. Okay. Harnessing your emotions here, Scorpio, present state. Queen of Pentacles knows how to do all those things, because remember, she encompasses the Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. She's already gone through the freshman through the junior lessons. What's driving? 41 of change. And that would be the 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. That's going to be let's see, we've got 5, 6, 7th is in our crown. That's hot pink and white frequency of energy. She's holding the book of esoteric knowledge, and it's taken a lot of strength here. So the 7th chakra, it still involves ego. It still involves a little bit of fear, because it's like what we walk around and look like our essences, for anybody that can read other people's energies, right? If they're a color reader. So with the Angel of Strength here, this is a 5 of change, supported by Spirit with that 0. There's the happiness energy of the sun and a new start, a full cup. And there are lotus flowers on the top of that cup, on the top of that sunshine. So again, we're talking about end of August for this wish to come to fruition. And also with that Leo energy here being present, we just talked about the South Node shifting into Leo at the end of July. Okay, so this is rising up above ego and into the 8th chakra of the soul star, which is Leo and Aquarius energy, which we're already seeing. Okay, let's go. So you're coming in as Queen of Pentacles here, your present reality, Scorpio. The future vision or dream is, I want to be spoiled for choice here, or your future vision or dream is like, I just want to be able to pick the right one. Because 7 of Cups is emotional fragmentation in the shadow element. The light element of 7 of Cups is trusting your intuition and picking the right one, not out of what it looks like, right? The ego, the energy that other people may see on the surface. This is like, the red one, like, I know to pick the red one. Why am I hemming and hawing over all the other gold ones that I know ain't it? The road's already been through those. Okay. What is the bridge to turn that emotional fragmentation into a knowing and being spoiled for choice? Okay, new collaboration, 3 of Pentacles. This is a springboard. So it's like a little mini trampoline here. The road to a caring connection, the 3 of Pentacles, is a springboard. So I'm getting this confusion with the moon, the illusion. I mean, you're coming in telling me you're fine. Everything's fine. Nothing to see here. She ain't bothered, right? It's just like I already it's kind of like it reminds me of, when you're like in the last year of school and you're like, oh, I just don't want to be here. I don't have anything left to learn. Well, that's not true, but it's kind of like, oh, why do I got to be here? I've already learned everything I'm going to learn. I'm ready for college. Put me in, coach. When it's like, I want to be spoiled for choice, but I'm here going, I don't know which to choose. I don't know which to choose. The Queen of Pentacles knows what the hell to choose. She does. Uh, there's definitely what's this springboard into the caring connection? I'm curious about that. Now, the hidden fantasy to focus on, that's going to seed your abundance. What do you want? What lights you on fire? What turns you on, Scorpio? King of Wands is dead sexy. This is that's a person that turns you on, that lights your flame here. It's hidden in the moon currently, but there's a springboard here to this bridge to end confusion into this another connection. So let's see what actions to get what you want. Listen to your heart. King of Cups. This is the diplomacy king. That is your card, Scorpio. So there's an equal energy here. That's the fantasy. This is king for king. This is the seed to focus on. What matches me vibrationally? What is a match? This is hidden from view here currently. There's some rejuvenation there with that starfish. And this is about actions are alignment with head and heart. He's what is fair and just for you? Okay. What are the blocks? Yeah. The sister energy to the Lovers is the Devil. What are the patterns? What is driving this confusion? Now, Scorpio is a very decisive energy. So where does Scorpio sit in your own birth chart? Because this is like Hemin and Han, which is just a pattern and a fear here that you're letting control you. You're not picking for a reason, like in claiming confusion, but Queen of Pentacles is not, you're not coming in as confused. So I feel like the confusion is, I'm going to say it, it feels like an excuse because Scorpio, they know what they want. I mean, that energy eats change for breakfast. That's a very confident house. Wherever that energy sits in your chart, it's very confident masculine energy. I'm seeing a ton of that. Balanced by feminine, masculine, feminine, balance of head and heart. The seed here, though, is passion. What do you want? What turns you on? That's it. And turns your mind on, turns, your feet on to take action. The block is going to be the fear and letting your mind kind of take over and convince you that you don't want what you want or that you're leading yourself astray in some way. I don't feel that at all, Scorpio. You know. Okay. Let's look at what advice from Spirit is. Yeah. What did I just say? What excites you? What turns you on? What makes you want to beat that drum? Right? What makes you want to dance to your own rhythm here? This is the life of the party card here. You're fantasizing about King of Wands, and advice from Spirit is it's at a night, so you best get to stepping into the reality of what it is that you, because you know what you want. But then it's like, no, I don't get this card. That's just not making any sense here. Hang on. 77. Hot damn. Okay. So what's driving that 7 of Cups is the 7 of Pentacles. Waiting, waiting, waiting. 7 and 7 is 14. Temperance, patience. Trying to, well, maybe, even though it's not really what I want, or it brings me confusion, maybe I can work with it. Maybe we can alchemize. Maybe I can mix my fishbowl water with fill in the blank. But the bridge to getting out of that confusion and being able to speak your truth. I mean, Queen of Pentacles fueled by the King of Swords, you know what you want. Fueled by new love, new start, could be a renewal. This is, again, the springboard to a caring connection with the 14, which I already talked about there. Okay, that's making more sense. Actions to take, alignment of head and heart. Walk away with what doesn't align with you instead of claiming confusion and just waiting, hoping you're going to find new data when you already know the truth of what this is. The blocks, confusion. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You saw that in the Goddess of the Moon. That's what is leading you by the nose here, Scorpio. The Knight of Cups wants what you want. Or excuse me, Knight of Wands. This is the fantasy. Spirit's trying to bring this to your environmental energy. I don't understand what's going on up here. Why is this future dream on hold? Why are they just waiting, waiting, waiting? Why holding back, holding on to 4 Pentacles? Queen of Pentacles don't hang on to no 4 Pentacles. Come on. Holding back on, oh, the Queen of Wands. Holding back on my vibrational match that I'm fantasizing about, that is seeding the 10 of Pentacles. And the advice from Spirit is, beat your own drum. What do you think the Queen of Pentacles, fueled by the King of Swords, does? She holds the damn drum. I feel like, okay, no, we gotta, yeah, I don't want to get more into that, guys, because that's going to be different for everyone. Whatever you're waiting on, whatever your smaller energy you're clinging to over and over again here, you already know what you want, and that ain't it. Okay, advice from Spirit, seek clarity. I'm confused. Embracing openness and insight, allowing life's truths to reveal themselves. Crossed by unwavering faith. Stand firm, there you go, in your beliefs. Your steadfast spirit guides you through uncertainty. Yeah. See how it's like, I'm not sure, but you're coming in as very sure. I don't know what that is for you guys. Forgot the block card. I don't know if that'll help anybody out or not, but it just feels so different for everyone. Obviously, we've got Scorpio in different places in our charts. You stop believing in love. Let yourself heal so you can be open again. Holding on to a job we don't love, the pathway to this next thing is a springboard about lighting up your own heart. What turns you on? What makes you excited? Okay. On the bottom of the deck, this could be in your environmental energy. Maybe that's why. Kind of waiting. Feeling lost in your partner. It's okay to be yourself and have your own life too. Maybe you feel responsible for someone that's lost in you. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like Scorpio energy to me to be that uncertain. I just don't know what only you know. Maybe that's what you got to figure out here. What are you actually waiting on? What is it? What is going to be that thing that you feel like you don't know that you need to know? Okay. What is it that you feel like you don't know that you need to know? Because Queen of Swords crossed by the King of Swords tells me you already know it. Okay. We are almost there. Thank you guys for hanging out today. Sagittarius, you're up next. All right, Kaylee, don't you have a lot of Sag in your chart? Think so. It's hard for me to keep track of everybody, but I try. I just tend to remember the vibe. Okay. Well, all right. Let's get a good shuffle in here for you. Lots of fire in that reading, Scorpio. Scorpio is the 8th house of secrets. It's Pluto, the ruler of transformation. The traditional ruler was Mars, taking that action, what we saw with that King of Wands. It just, it's just not making sense of why you wouldn't take action. That doesn't, I got a shit ton of Scorpios in my life, and they are all like super go-getter, don't take nothing from nobody, and like I do what I want. So that's why I'm a little taken aback there, Scorpio. Okay. Sag. Okay. People, aw, this is cute, I think. People tend to fall in love with me, not the other way around. Well, you just go ahead with your bad self, sword, Sag. People tend to fall in love with me. I might not necessarily fall in love with them. Well, I mean, it's such a buoyant, positive, fun, light energy. It's hard not to fall in love with a Sag, right? Usually up for anything kind of energy. My traveling Wilburys, it is the 9th house. All right, Sagittarius. I'll stop being perplexed over that Scorpio reading. Let me know what that is. I don't know what that is, you guys. That might drive me nuts. And realize because we saw the 14 twice, Sag, there's something there for you to learn from that Scorpio reading. All right, Sagittarius, what is your dream to reality here? What is the context of your dream to reality? There we go. Well, last second. Okay. You're like, oh, but I want this too. Okay. Environmental energy, all tied up. Door to value underneath that. Okay, that might be why. Going through some kind of pain here, Sag. I think was that Cancer that got this. Yeah, underneath that is the Envy card, the 20 card of Judgment, Scorpio energy. Okay, and then we've got women holding a coin here. Okay, people tend to fall in love with me, not the other way around. Is this someone coveting your energy here, Sagittarius? Because this oracle card is about, it's called Envy, but it's because she is holding a whole plate full of like diamonds and pearls, but then she's coveting what's across the street. She's wants that though. But I want that though. What that though do you want here, Sag? But I want that though. Okay, the broken heart's got you tied up, and I want that though. Show me what's behind the curtain. Show me what's the special uh car. Like, show me the car that's not on the showroom floor yet, kind of thing. You're wanting something unique that you can't see or that you're not already holding. And we do have a man holding a heart here. So I don't know if that's someone kind of here waiting on you to heal. Maybe this is also Queen of Pentacles, Capricorn woman holding a coin here, book ending this. This could be somebody even like um their energy is jealous over what you have, and you're like, but you don't understand what the hell it took to get me here. So look up where Sag is in your chart, Sun, Moon, and Venus. And if you are a Sagittarius rising, then this Pisces full moon that will happen at the end of August there is challenging or squaring your fourth house of home. Okay. Maybe you got money tied up in an old house and you can't move until you sell the new one, kind of thing. All right. So she's got a heart around her neck, heart chakra, having the strength to carry on. Strength to carry on. I know that's a song lyric, but I can't place it here. It's a popular one. I don't know why it's not coming, but maybe it will in a minute. Strength here, card, Sag. Are you divided here on something? Because here in this envy, it's like the dark cave and then all the gold and the light. And see how half of her face is human, the other half is lion. Taming our own inner beasts regarding maybe just simple as values. Yeah, door to value, because that was already there. Okay. Let's get you up over here. All right. What is the dream here, Sag? Okay. Checking my deck isn't, yeah, waiting for strength. Is the juice worth the squeeze? Death in the reverse. What are you having to have strength for here that's not ending? There's something trying to end, but maybe that ending breaks your heart and we're kind of hanging on to that. We're saying that's what's tying us up here, is that it's gonna, like, this ending. If I go towards my dream of rebirth and transformation, that broken heart behind you, or like, this is it, yeah, it's breaking my heart, but I still got to do what's good for me. Okay. Yeah, it's like split. It's like I can see it going one way, I can see it going another way. What is the bridge to get to this transformation? Yeah, we got broken heart here, and then the temperance energy in the middle. Got your power card here, Sag. Is this like, I'm going to try to give it another go before the axe comes down fully, even though I want something else. Diamonds and pearls are great. Like gold. Hey, float your boat. Okay. So, the what to focus on to seed abundance, protecting your own heart. Because again, this is in this deck, she is protecting what she already has as not to lose it, protecting what's in the purse. But we've got this woman holding a coin energy come in, and maybe that's this pain here that we need to transmute to wisdom? What do you need to still alchemize about it ending so that you can have the strength to let it go? Because energy will always come back and cycle back around. But if our values are no longer aligned with where we are, maybe that you're just going to do, what do I still value? This feels like you're going back to brass tacks. What are the actions that'll help you get what you want? Springboard for like a new collaboration here, putting in the work, understanding when something's a red light, green light, or a caution, slow down. So we've gotten this card in a few other readings, but it's like a guy and two girls, okay, or one energy, but the opposite energy throwing something off balance. Uh, let's see what I'm looking for. I know what it is. Oh, Vesta. Okay. That is the guardian of home and hearth, and it's also about masculine and balance. It's one masculine energy and two feminine energies, and that is sitting at 6 Pisces right now, which would be challenging squaring your energy. And that's about complete integration that we seek spiritually is mirrored in the world. We learn to tolerate others until they become intolerable. What are you tolerating here, Sag? You're not letting something die, or they're trying to convince you not to, but there's an imbalance of energies here. Okay. Why is that's actions to take. What is the springboard? Okay, the springboard is a new collaboration, is literally a leap of faith, letting go of the old and trusting that amethyst that you are protected. Remember, temperance energy is a deep past soul tie, adding to 5 of the Hierophant, the lesson. Now, the bridge to get to this wisdom, converting that pain into wisdom, I keep seeing it over and over again. What are you not letting end? Temperance being driven by the world. That's what's going to bring this to a completion for you. And we might be hanging on to a Page of Cups that broke our heart, Pisces energy, kind of holding on to some kind of old pain here, Sag. You're being, what's it called? Okay. Uh, not slippery. Not being direct here with me and your energy. Queen of Cups, no reversals have come out for anyone. Queen of Cups in reverse is the possible blocks. Not trusting your intuition. Queen of Cups in reverse is not nurturing her own self. Whatever this is that we're hanging on to is not nurturing to our well-being. And as a matter of fact, it's cutting off our third eye. It's cutting off our high priestess energy. Okay. And that's fueled by the King of Cups. This could be a partnership for you that is, there's like no love in, but we're not letting it go for one reason or the other. Okay, not letting the lesson come in. Why is Queen of Cups in reverse the block for Sag? Okay, we've got commit to the journey. So the opposite of commitment is the other end of this card, which is commit to the journey with determination. Go all in for the long term. Your steadfast focus will bring lasting rewards. Okay, if your heart is not all in, Sag, it's a no. If this is not a hell yes for me in this particular reading, this is going to be a hell no. Okay. Something is already trying to transform, but it's like stuck at that cutting and severing portion. Okay. And what is advice from Spirit here? High Priestess in reverse, like I just said here. Advice is you're ignoring your intuition. So if we're not going to commit to this wholeheartedly, if our heart is just not in it anymore, if it doesn't fill our heart, this is a major lesson here. It's just not alchemizing. Okay, advice for Sag. Why is the High Priestess in reverse? What intuition, what'll help get their intuition back online here other than allowing this leap of faith into a new springboard? And the new leap of faith, Sag, too, there's money. It's more, I mean, when you fill your cups, the pentacles fall from the sky. Yeah, tide of transition. Embrace the tides of change with openness, allowing the ebb and flow of life to guide your transformation into love and work. Look at those energies, right? The water, the ebb, but if this is the block, wrong one. If that is the block, it's like getting dumped. Our intuition is, we're not on here, because advice from Spirit is the messages are coming. You know what to do. You're ignoring your intuition. If the love is gone here, let that tide of transition, stop trying to hold on to something that's dead, is the big portion of this. Okay. Doesn't have to tie you up, or you're just saying, well, I'm tied up right now. Money's a little tight, but as soon as this change comes through, here comes the money, honey. All right. Maybe this person fell in love with you and blew smoke up your pantaloons and fire. And then you're like, oh, but wait, that was flattering and everything, but I fell for the flattery of someone else's great love for me. And I didn't stop to ask myself, but do I love them? Don't settle, Sag. Okay. Wherever Sag is sitting in your chart. Sun, Moon, Venus. And if you're a Sag rising, that's going to be affecting your 5th house of creativity and romance and pleasure. So there you go. Woo dog. Man, these are these are kind of complicated readings here today. Man, we're getting trying to get to the bones of things here. Wow. Hiding in that moon. And I mean, it certainly is Pisces moon. Good Lord. That is the literal house of our soul's journey. So those are not easy messages. I get it. All righty, Capricorn. I got Capricorn and Aquarius. Thanks so much for hanging with me. I feel like I need to do a little refresh on the deck here. Capricorn, it says, people are intimidated by me, Capricorn. And then on the other side of that, I feel like I was born in the wrong era. That's about right. The Capricorns I know, it's like, wait a minute, how old are you? It's like they little kids act like little old people. You definitely have some kind of wisdom to you, Capricorn. Like as this quiet, kind of cool, calm, collected wisdom. All right. Capricorn. Let me go through. This is how I shuffle and put away every single time to make sure that we're getting a fresh deck here. That's everything's upright when we go to start the next one. All right, give me 2 seconds here, Cappy. Okay. All right. I really should have grabbed my juice, but that's okay. We got this. We got the juice. Okay. Queen Irby fans, I think it's just called juice. That's a great song. More fresher than you. All right. You know, I love me some Queen Irby. Okay, guys, here we go. Ooh, lovers and definite up on the top there. Happy, feel like you were born in the wrong era. Perhaps, or people are intimidated by you. I think it's because Cappies listen and they have, I mean, think of that Queen of Pentacles card. She's like, uh-huh. They're very evaluative. So where is the evaluative portion of your chart? Okay, Capricorn here. All right. Capricorn, from dream to reality, Sun, Moon, and Venus. If you're a Capricorn rising, this is going to be opportunizing your third house of communication. That could be digital media as well. It could be the house of siblings. It's kind of a junk drawer house. It's kind of like anything goes. I mean, if you think about the standard or original house of Gemini, so learning, talking, speaking, understanding. Ooh, you want a precipice here? You deciding whether to go out the garden gate here, Capricorn, the 30 card. I just mentioned that because Bacchus, the asteroid of hedonism and pleasure, is at 22 Aries, and that is about abundance as life principles, right? So that's taking on optimism, synergy, and sharing in abundance as life principles, like knowing it's all going to work out okay. Door to value. All right. Were you wondering where the money is, perhaps? Where's the money? And you seem to be coming in here in a balanced energy, Capricorn. All right. What is Capricorn's present reality? Capricorn's present reality. Let's go. You like that, Scorpio reading? Good. Okay. Come on. Nope. The garden and the gate for Scorpio. Oh, now I just got San Scorpio. Garden and the gate for Capricorn. What is your present reality here? What are you wondering to stay or use that key around your neck for? Okay. Is it going to F with my peace? Is it going to mess up what I got going on? Because this is like, nope, not today. Ain't doing it. Where you're at is very peaceful. Again, grounded, cool, kind of calm, collected feeling here. And Seven of Wands will be standing your ground. The solar plexus, I don't think I noticed that here in these tinier cards, is lighting up here with that yellow on our third chakra. And we've got 3-0. Okay, following your own joy here and maintaining your peace at all costs, no matter what people trying to poke your way here. And if this is people are intimidated by you, so they try to poke the bear, you ain't bothered. Queen of Pentacles energy. Seven of Wands being driven by fast, passionate communication. And you're like, not if it disrupts my peace. That's where we are presently here. What is your dream, Capricorn? What is the future reality or vision? Cancerian energy, your sister sign that helps you balance. The Chariot, the delivery of our heart's greatest intentions. Okay, so that comes after the Lovers. So it's about keeping those goals and what you want aligned. Your head and your heart, your yin and yang. The bridge to get towards from the Seven of Wands to the Seven, the Chariot, is the Emperor energy, leadership, action, Mars. Mars is at disciplined preparation, develops our ability to participate in higher spiritual reality when we experience higher group consciousness. Okay. So Capricorns, you're more comfortable in the doing phase of things, but what is the seed here that's hidden fantasy to focus on? You're like, oh, I got some fantasies. Ace of Wands. They all up here, but I got some. Okay. So again, what lights the fire here to that Aries energy, that Mars action energy? All right. Let me see here what the actions are to get what you want, more fire. So, Leo energy, the actions that you can take depend on what you want. Okay, so what you're dreaming of here, the future vision, is that I'm on the road to what I want. My soul is driving the chariot because my yin and yang are aligned. The bridge to get there, Mars action. And we got more action of, well, depends what lights your fire. What's, come on, baby, light my fire. What is it that you want? All right, the possible blocks. I'm gonna just stay in the tree of life, in the hanged man energy. I'm waiting for enlightenment to come and tell me what I want. Capricorn. You're like, I'm busy pushing back the yahoos right now. It doesn't feel like that's it. It just feels like you're protecting your peace. But the block is that we're not going after it here. We're still on the pause. So we can stay in that tree of life way too long, upside down, trying to see another view, when really it just comes back down to the brass tacks of what do you want? You're like, I know I don't want that. I don't want those sticks coming at me that F with my peace. I'm right here at the precipice. I have the key, but she's not moving. And the key here is action and movement. And the block is non-movement. What does Spirit want you to know? You don't get to see the end. Like, you can't. That's the fun of it. You got to be okay. Again, Cancer energy with the moon here. You got to be okay with not knowing. So Capricorn, for you to have your sister energy, that opposing energy, trying to help balance you out here. This is your sister energy saying, trust your own intuition and what it is that you know to be true. Just because something is blurry, that would be the finish line. Why are we focusing on the finish line? Like, I'm not taking action unless I know what the finish line is. I'm just going to plop right here and wait. The finish line depends on what sparks you into opening the garden gate. What is going to spark you to take the key off around your neck and make a move here? Again, progression. This is like someone communicating passionately about an 1111. Four of Wands energy. Chiron is there right now in our environmental energy, about avoiding overwhelm by development of discrimination. This communication may be hot and passionate. Is that what you've manifested, or they have manifested you? Have we learned the lesson here? That would be up to you. 14 card, that's coming out a lot today. And we've got sevens bookending. Okay, let me get clarity for you on the block of the Hanged Man, Capricorn. This opportunity, as I said, if you're Capricorn rising, it's opportunizing your third house of communication. So, and we've got the Eight of Wands, which is literally communication. Okay, boundaries right here. And the environmental energy there, your block. You feel too young. I feel like I was born in the wrong era. You feel too young or too old to have such issues with dating. You feel too old or too young to date or have issues with your partner's age. Oh, okay. You might feel too old to date, you might feel too young to date. I'm busy, I got other things going on. Or this is a person that is out of your age range of what you thought you was your cutoff range here, your cutoff game. Are you convinced? You're like paused here, like I can't. It's too old or too young. I don't know. That's just not jiving with me there. Holding good boundaries so you don't feel violated. I think because you came in here as the Seven of Wands of nobody is interrupting my peace. I don't know that that's your issue. But we did have it coming in as I feel like I was born in the wrong era. You're much more mature than you come off there, Capricorn. All right. What is the spirit's advice for you here? Trust your intuition, even though you don't know exactly what that finish line is. Capricorn likes data. They like to be like, okay, so where is this going? What is the goal? What's the point of it? Well, sometimes we just got to open the gate or clear the path. Embrace the journey ahead with an open heart, ready to discover and grow from the revelations to come. This is not coming to fruition until this, it's just now in the ground. That's like going, okay, I put my sunflower seed in this morning and then standing over it and being like, where's my sunflower? This is 6 months out here, Cappy. All right, Aquarius. Thank you for your patience. All right, Aquarius, being the last in our round here today for what dreams are coming to reality from the seeds we are planting now. That will come to fruition from that new moon in Pisces and come to fruition at the full moon in Pisces at the end of August. 6-month goal here. All right. Aquarius. So it says, on a date, I prefer to be the one asking questions rather than answering them. I prefer to be asking the questions. Let me know if that's true for you, especially if you have any placements in Aquarius. I do not, except that is my 7th house. So even if you don't have any placements, again, just look at your chart, see where all these placements are hitting for you. Alrighty. Not being you, flipped up there, Aquarius, trying to project a perfect image, but it's not really you. Just simply be yourself. Being yourself is always enough, guys. And if that's not good for somebody else, then that ain't the right person. Okay. All right, Aquarius. Prefer to be the one asking questions. Sun, Moon, and Venus Aquarians. Now, if you're an Aquarius rising, this new dream to reality is going to be semi-sextile. That is the sign next to you. That is an allowing. It's like the water for your seed. It's going to help you grow. All right. What is the context of this dream to reality for Aquarius? All right. Opening up our heart chakra here, Archangel Raphael, 38 may have some significance for you, and that reduces to an 11 of justice, fairness, karmic balance for your heart, and a 2 of the high priestess. And that is fueled by, so there's your 1111 Scorpio. You got the cornucopia energy, the actual 11 card. Abundance is trying to come in for you here. It's trying to come in. Our heart chakra wants to open. Green, this is, I mean, you already know green energy, heart chakra, but green may have some kind of significance. We've got Cancerian energy on the bottom, the Chariot. Okay, Aquarius, you're coming in as King of Pentacles, wherever this is sitting in your chart. This is like boss or boss energy there, dad energy, like very in control, cool, calm, and collected. You might be single presently here. You might be like, I'm just kind of a lone wolf energy. And maybe and you like and you like it that way. Okay. And I like it that way. That's great. What your future vision or dream is, Queen of Swords. Discernment. Libra energy could be maybe your dream of your heart is marriage. Maybe it's literally a Libra person, but this is someone in your court here that would be very fair and balanced, that uses discernment, highly intelligent, very witty kind of person. You want someone that can kind of verbal spar with you, but in a good way. You want someone who knows who they are, who is confident and doesn't take any bullshit. That's fair. The bridge to get there, Aquarius, is enlightenment. And not only do we have this green again here, she's in this, these are called chest openers in yoga, where you can do like a bridge, if you know what a bridge is. And that's the bridging energy here of how to get from one to the other. This is doing a 180 of some sort here, Aquarius. The hanged man is putting ourselves on pause in the tree of life to evaluate and to allow enlightenment to show us the way. This is enlightenment of feelings and of what expands, what opens your heart is going to be this cornucopia of energy. Is your heart, you want your heart to expand, but then you also want this balanced energy of air. You're King of Swords, so it's like I want someone who matches me, who thinks like me, who can hold up a fair conversation. Again, that's very witty, very funny person. I think wit is hilarious because it requires intelligence. Okay, what is your fantasy, the seed to focus on? Surely not the Five of Wands in the shadow. Leo would be your other end of your teeter-totter energy. This is jealousy, strife, and competition, but as a on the light side, as a seed to focus on, okay, we plant seeds for what will work, not what isn't working. This is coming back to your star, Aquarius. They are trying to be a team in order to form a star. So the fantasy to focus on, you're telling me here, the dream is I want someone who is as smart as me that can hold a conversation. They're also fair. They're not like an emotional lunatic. And the seed, maybe this past seed of like, okay, I know what my heart doesn't want, no trifling, like jealous, petty crap. You need to rebuild your star here, Aquarius. You are kind of alone, coming in as a lone wolf, saying you don't need anybody, but you need to understand how your energies work for you and how your own energies work against you. If we're in with someone who's just constantly arguing here, obviously that doesn't seed our abundance. You got to get all those kids to be playing on the same team, metaphorically here. Okay, you can't have one ball hogger, right, that just wants all the glory of the goals while the rest of the team sits down and eats their orange slices. Right? So this is about your seed here. You need to rethink your seed. You need to use that opposing Leo energy and come back to basis. Come back to what's that called? The fundamentals of sports, right? What are the fundamentals here? I feel like you need to be doing a bit of a rewind, but you might feel like, oh, I'm too old. I'm past that. These characters have gray hair here, both of them. We need to reconnect into our heart. Okay, not everything is just 3D reality and like, boom, this is the way it is. It's a nuance of energy. Our cornucopia may have changed here in some retrospect, because you're saying here, yeah, I'm the King of Pentacles, I've been there, done that, but then this is alignment of head and heart trying to drive you in a direction of your heart's desire. Okay, what are the actions that'll help you get what you want? What I say here, Leo energy, 5 of Wands. That's the heart chakra, green energy. This is balancing your own inner demons. And as far as love, we can fight what our heart says all we want, but at the end of the day, it's like it's over intellectualizing, or like, no, I don't, it's a very like much of I don't need anybody kind of thing. But the actions you take are all about internal or micro balance. You have to come back to the fundamentals, because our micro attracts the macro. Our own way we feel, our thoughts and emotions about our own selves, the things that we say, attract like a magnet the energies that come towards us. So if you get back to your own fundamentals about, when did this jealousy, strife, competition kind of enter your own heart? I mean, for all I know, maybe it did start with sports, and that's when you learned that you had to be the one that had to score everything for everyone there. It could be a ball on his knee, right? Like, it's up to me. No, you got a team. You have a whole team. You have your heart, not just your mind, not just your body. There's earth, air, wind, and fire. There's 4 elements for a reason. Okay. Possible blocks: not walking away from emotions that do not serve us. 8 of Cups. This is the first decan of Pisces energy. And when we get back to that, this is what I'm talking about, the full moon energy, right? And also the end of North Node in Pisces is going to be 8 of Cups again. So by the end of July, seeing heart chakra, Leo, by the end of July, when that North Node shifts into Aquarius, into your sign here, that Leo energy is going to be really challenging you to release these old ways. This is about ways in which we've attracted what we don't want, because we got to look back at what our own patterns are here. When I focus on love, love comes to me. When I focus on peace, peace comes to me. But you're on the bridge to enlightenment here. This feels like a pretty big deal, Aquarius. Like there's like a big aha about ready to bonk you on the head. What does Spirit want you to know? You're exhausted. This is the wounded warrior energy, 9 of Wands. Sag, more fire. Look at her face, though. It's my favorite 9 of Wands. She's like, I wish a bish would. This is my wish a bish would card. Okay. Oh boy. I wish they would. So, what Spirit wants you to know is you can go round and around this merry-go-round again all you want. It's a repetition of patterns. Or you can get back to the fundamentals and look at what within your dynamics and beliefs and where we're kind of, Taurus energy, where we're very stubborn. You're fixed energy as well. So is Leo. It's a lot of fixed energy here. Or you could break the pattern and end the cycle. All right, Scorpio. Excuse me. Why did I say Scorpio? All right, Aquarius. There's no Scorpio on the table here. Well, I guess other than the 11th month, November be Scorpio, end of October. Okay, what is the block here of 8 of Cups? What block is Aquarius need to walk away from or end so that they don't repeat this pattern? Maybe let them ask some questions if you prefer the one to be asking the question. Okay, not walking away from self-neglect. You're neglecting your own needs in relationships. Yeah, doing for everyone else but yourself. Also, untrue stories. You can tell yourself bad things, so change your stories and see the good things that can happen. Coming back to fundamentals, like I said. On the bottom of the deck there, getting too serious too soon. Make sure you get to know each other before committing fully. Okay, and advice from Spirit for this 9 of Wands, how to avoid this pattern, how to avoid repeating it again. Well, look at that new growth. Thrive and believe here, Aquarius. Thrive and believe. Embrace growth and trust and promise. Keep an open mind. Answers reveal the path to fulfillment. Well, the path, the bridge to get there, to open your heart, is to connect with it again. And this is definitely enlightenment here, Aquarius. I love it. The cornucopia awaits. What you've been doing, what you're walking away, has not been the cornucopia, but you can certainly go down the non-copia path again. But you need to be in alignment for head and heart so you don't crash that chariot first. Okay. All right, guys. That is okay. I know, Scorpio. That was a good reading, Peg. Thank you guys so much for being here with me. If you're tuning in, I know Saturdays are hard. So if you're tuning in after the live, thank you as well. Let me know how this resonates for you. And with that, go have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day here. And much love from my heart to yours. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye for now.